on the air.
As long as you got love.
What's on your mind?
Don't ever stop. Don't ever stop.
What do you think?
Oh, that's right. What do you think? That's what I want to know here this morning. 864-229-7984. That's 864-229-7984. It's Thursday. I could have sworn it was Friday, but it's only Thursday. Oh, well, here we are. It's another day and life goes on. The heat is at least cooled down just a tad, so that's a good thing. Let's go ahead and get the weather because it has been hot. Hot. So, and did you see all that lightning last night? Oh my gosh, there was quite a lightning storm. So we are at 80 degrees. Oh, cool today. And it feels like 84 degrees, and we're looking for just a high of 94. Tonight we're going to cool down to about 70 degrees, and they say that sunny to partly cloudy, a stray afternoon thunderstorm is possible, but that's about it. When we get to a high of 94, it's going to feel like 101, but still cooler than it has been. What was it yesterday? 107, 108 right here in Greenwood for the feel-like temperature. That was pretty bad. So that is for today. Friday comes in with a with a high of 91. We are cooling down some. That is pretty good. We'll have partly cloudy, a stray afternoon thunderstorm is possible, high of 91, and we'll be cooling down to about 70 degrees with a chance of 40% of rain. So partly cloudy skies overnight, low around 70. That is what we're looking at for Friday. Coming in on Saturday, looks like just a balmy 90 degrees. That's right. Partial cloudiness early with scattered showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. High around 90, chance of rain 40%. And on Saturday night, a low of 70. Sunday comes in with a high of 92, mostly sunny, a stray thunderstorm is possible, winds light and variable, and a low of 71. Monday, 91. So we're staying in that zone, but still not the highs that we had. Hope you survived through it. This has been an unbelievable experience. One that is usually only experienced during the Festival of Discovery and Blues Cruise, which is 2 weeks away, I guess that's right. Yeah, well, we've got next week, and then the week after is the Blues Cruise, Festival of Discovery, barbecue, be smelling everywhere. I tell you what, they better be rid of those bears by the time the barbecue fest gets here. Can't you see that black bear just walking up and say, "I'll take a plate and charge it to Ann Eller"? Oh my gosh, can you imagine? I gotta tell you, we've had bear sightings everywhere here in Greenwood. Miggs, there was one, the bear was on the parking lot over there at Miggs yesterday. I imagine, the video I saw was him kind of just running, sauntering, I guess would be a better word, away. But can you imagine being a bear and walking on that pavement and going, "Oh, oh, oh, oh"? I mean, that would be kind of tender. But people saw him over there on, what was it, Sample Road and Laurel, I think it is, at that little car wash right there. And somebody's commented, "Oh, I think he's eating a container of applesauce." Well, where did he get that from? He walked in the store, the quick stop store right there, got himself a container of applesauce. I have no idea. And I haven't even looked on social media to hear what our sheriff's department and are saying about this. But the idea that we have Is it a bear or several bears? That's what we need to know. How many bears do we have in Greenwood, South Carolina? I think that could be an interesting possibility. Is it one running around or is it many running around? That's what I want to know. But I have a story to share that I think it's possible. Now, I have no proof, et cetera, other than being out back with Penny. And one night we were outside in the last week. Yeah, I say it was the last week. And we go out, and she rarely wants to come in. She, I mean, if it's raining or something like that. But other than that, she wants to stay outside. And in fact, we were outside this morning, and she did a little pee for me, and then she just flopped down on the grass and just said, "Oh, can't we just stay here for a while?" And I'm going, "Come on, we got to go. But the bottom line is, we were out this other night, and all of a sudden, she just was, "We got to get inside right now. Get inside right now." And I was like, "What's the deal, Penny?" And she goes, we got to go. So I just wonder if wild bears were in the woods right here at WCRS. Now, we never saw anything, but the other weird thing is we usually see deer right here in my backyard, and I've seen no deer in the last week, 10 days, and it's just kind of odd. I thought, well, Penny has scared them off. Now I think maybe the bear has scared them off. So I just thought I'd mention that. But they say just don't approach the bear. Do not go and try to get a selfie with the bear. Please do not do this. They say they are trying to get this bear moved, I guess, to another area. Somebody just asked, has DNR been involved? And yes, the Sheriff's Department and DNR are working together to, I think, try to remove him. Now, I don't know how they're going to remove him or anything else, but yes, they are trying to, this is how they're removing him. They're going over to Big Black Bear. They're going over and going, shoo, shoo. Wouldn't you love to see a sheriff's deputy doing that? Just shoo, shoo. That is Ann's interpretation here this morning. But they are supposed to be, I don't know whether they would tranquilize him and move him to a different area. But the bottom line is, there is a bear. Please do not approach the bear. The bear is harmless as long as we're not aggravating him. So please do not do that. That's number one. Number two, if you have trash in your backyard, in a trash can that's uncovered, which you really shouldn't have because there's all kinds of varmint out there, but if you do, remove them. And they're also saying to remove your bird feeders for right now if you don't want the bear in your backyard. So that's a few tips that I know about. But people think, well, Ann, it wouldn't have been at your place. It was over at Miggs. Well, actually, if you go through the woods, it's a very short piece to Miggs. So just thought I would mention that this morning because that's pretty funny. Penny did not want to tangle with a bear. How about that? I think that's cool. I'm glad I didn't know that it was the bear. But anyways, that's just one thing I wanted to mention. Another thing I want to mention right now before I move on, because I've got it up on my Facebook page, the Upper Savannah Council of Governments, the South Carolina Office of Resilience presents Greenwood County Mobile Intake. They are going to be having this at the United Way of the Lakelands, which you know that's over there on Phoenix Street, July 7th through the 11th, 10 to 2 each day. This is in reference to the meeting that they had, that they have more money available. I think it was, last week, I believe. South Carolina Disaster Care Management Team will be available to connect with you and for relief and recovery services. Bring the following: proof of identification, social security cards, and if you need resources, if you've had a problem getting your house fixed, if you've had problem with removal maybe of trees, I don't know. But this is something that is coming from the state, and if you need more help, or if you want to call and find out before you go down there, this is all for if you were impacted by Hurricane Helene. So the telephone number, 803-898-2511. That's 803-898-2511. So please, if you need help, get over there, see what resources are available. You know, we were really impacted in Greenwood, and I've got to say, the state really has come through. I mean, the federal government, yes, but the state has really come through, and our local services have been there, and the help from local people helping local people is what I will always remember about the hurricane relief and how people worked to help each other. So as we go forth, hopefully you'll get some aid there. That if you've had some problems, people that didn't have insurance, that had their houses, roofs, etc. damaged. So please take advantage of it. That's July 7th through the 11th, 11 to 2, over there at United Way of the Lakelands. If you want to give a call, 803-898-2511. I'm sure that takes you down. That's a state number, and they can give you some more information. So here we are, right here at WCRS this morning. I'm going to make this announcement first, then we'll start talking about some of the things going on. WCRS and Eller, we have done it. We have done it. I've been talking about being on YouTube. We have activated. The YouTube channel is now live. It's under the name of Anne, A-N-N-E, Eller, E-L-L-E-R, WCRS. So if you don't like watching live Facebook or don't like to go back to Facebook, you're not a Facebook person, although I don't want to lose you because, that goes to my numbers right here on, on Facebook. But we have uploaded a big segment of some of our most popular videos onto our Facebook, onto our YouTube site. It also, you can go directly to the website, my website, WCRS1450am.net. You go there and bam, right in your face. Most of the time it's going to be my mug. Hopefully it'll be somebody else's. But anyways, that will be right there. You can watch the most current one. And then underneath it, there's a little tab that says watch previous videos. And you click on that. It'll give you a listing of all the videos that we have just posted on YouTube. This is going to happen on a daily basis. Daily basis, we will post the video from this morning or from this afternoon and have it right there on our website, WCRS1450am.net. So what do you think about that? I think it's pretty cool. So we've been working on this for a good while. We finally made it come together. So watch me live right here on Facebook. Go back and watch it on Facebook if you're a Facebook person. If you don't like going on Facebook, you can go right to the website, WCRS1450am.net. Or you can, what can you do, Ann? Oh, yeah, I know. You can go to YouTube. So that's pretty exciting. I think that's pretty darn exciting. In fact, we might try something here just for the heck of it, just to see if I can do this on Facebook Live. So let's go to WCRS 1450am.net. I didn't need to do that, but I did. And I'm going to pop it up, and there it is. So now I'm going to try something here because I haven't tried this new feature that I have. But let's just try it and see if it works. Here we go, just because I have a little time. All right, where does it say this? It says something. Oh, yes, top monitor. Let's see if this goes live over the air, and it is from our website. So we're going to just go right there, top monitor, boom. Oh, my goodness, I think we've done it. I think you've done it, Ann LRC. And then you flip down, and there is, well, that's the last one we did, which was with Ellen Weaver yesterday afternoon. She, of course, is Superintendent of Education. And then right underneath it, it says view more episodes. If you're watching on Facebook, you'll be able to see this. You click on this. And by George, what do we get? WCRS live streams, and everything that we have done flips right up there. Yes, and there's other people's mugs and my mugs and all kind of stupid stuff I've done right there on the radio. So check it out if you'd like. That's what I wanted you to know is, yes, it is live on the website, WCRS 1450am.net. So that's pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. All right, let's get back over here. So if you are watching this, you're going to be able to see everything that I see right here on the radio. And let's go back to, where is it? Where's Ann's view? There you go. All right, so now I'm back. What do you think about that? Pretty cool. So we are updating and we are learning more information. I'm learning more and more about this program that allows me to interact with you. So pretty cool. All right, now let's talk about some of the more serious things out there that I am excited to talk about. The biggest thing I am excited to talk about is, guess what? They did not allow, the Supreme Court said that they cannot pay the legislators $18,000 extra a year. So how about that? I was concerned that they were not going to be able to do this, but it says South Carolina Supreme Court presses pause on legislative pay raise pending a final decision. The raise, which 44 legislators have so far declined, were set to begin, actually, I think it was July 1st. So they have not done that. So how about that? They came through, and what did they say? I wanted to make sure I got this right. Senator Wes Clymer, along with a retired teacher in Rock Hill, challenged the increase back on June 9th, arguing that the raises are unconstitutional because of a provision that bans legislators from raising their own per diem. That's right. Under the schedule, the state's highest court set Wednesday, it could be months before the pay increase if justices ultimately uphold it. But they are not going to get it right now. So this is going to be a process. So thank you, Supreme Court, for not just going along with this committee that was charged with making the final budget come together, for not doing this. So they are in a holding pattern. Clymer's attorney, former Senator Columbia Attorney Dick Harpootlian, must file his arguments next month. The House, Senate, and Treasurer's Office, the case's defendants, will have until mid-August to reply. The deadline for the final filing will be September 4th. So the raise was first set to hit 126 legislators' bank accounts since July 16th, so maybe that is, but it was for the 1st of July in the new session. Of the legislators, 170 members, 44 Republicans have opted out of the raise, according to clerks of the House and Senate. In deciding to suspend the raises, the court said Clymer, a Rock Hill Republican, had shown that letting them start amid the challenges would cause immediate irreparable harm and that the case is sufficiently likely to succeed, according to the order signed by all 5 justices. That doesn't necessarily mean it will succeed. I'm counting on it. Rather, there's sufficient merit that it could. This is why the constitutional separations of powers is so important, Harpootlian said in a statement Wednesday. An independent judiciary stands ready to restrain the excessive impulses of the legislative branch. Thousands of taxpayer dollars could have gone to legislators before the court made its final decision, and that money would be difficult to recoup. You know it. Do you think if this thing had failed, that legislators would have been obligated to return the money? But do you really think they would have? Oh, I'm sorry, I've gotten $1,500 a month. Let me write you a check back, and we're not allowed to have it. Okay. Whether the raise from $1,000 to $25,000 a month qualifies as per diem is the question at hand. So I'm not going to spend any more time on it. I just think it is terrific that now, because I was wondering how the Supreme Court could make this decision and have it all done, particularly because they were talking not about putting it in front of the Supreme Court as a trial, and I'm not sure exactly how this will go. But at this moment, it is paused, and that is pause for celebration. All right. Anyways, I think that's terrific. I'm Ann Eller, right here with you this morning. We are having just a little victory lap for those that have said, you know, we need to stop this now. So that's what's going on there. And for all of you who have wondered whether that should go on or not, that's an interesting thing. Also want you to, if you get a chance, go back and watch/listen to Alan Wilson yesterday. Attorney General Alan Wilson was on the air with us. We discussed his campaign, and one of the things in his campaign that we discussed was doging South Carolina. Now, I don't remember who I had on. I had somebody on, one of our legislators, and they told me, oh yeah, we're doging stuff all the time, you know. Well, according to Attorney General Alan Wilson, who is running for the governor of the great state of South Carolina, the doging isn't very successful, I guess. And he has said that we're going to have a huge top to bottom. He also said that he wants to have, I guess, auditors checking everything from school boards to city, county council, all the way up and down the line, their budgets, how they're spending money, to see if we can't become more efficient. But I thought it was most telling when he said that, no, the South Carolina needs to doge and doge a little deeper. And for all of us who can remember budgets that were so much smaller, and as they get more money, what do? They spend more money. He also said, and I'll probably try to pull some of these quotes out of it, but for today's conversation, I'm not going to. He said that people become complacent about spending money, and I think that's true. You know, you have the money, you're not worried about what you should do with it, and you get complacent. He also is big on having zero income tax in the state of South Carolina. It was an interesting interview. I suggest you go back and you can watch it, you can listen to it, put it in the background and just listen to it. That was yesterday morning on the I Love Ann show. We also discussed this issue of hate crime ordinances that are popping up across the state. I want you to go back and listen to it for yourself. I don't want to try to interpret, but the biggest takeaway that I got out of that is that he, the Attorney General Alan Wilson, believes it's kind of like a patchwork across our state to have all these different ordinances popping up in all these different municipalities and counties, and he's not sure how effective that would be. He also said that it is the legislature that should act on this. We are one of 2 states, but he said, and he is definitely not for it as it has to do with hate speech. That is protected under the Constitution. And he didn't want to see any of our law enforcement have to spend any extra layers to it. But I really want you to go back and listen to it for yourself. It was about a 20-minute interview that we had yesterday morning. So some interesting points on that one. Then that afternoon, we had Ellen Weaver on, and she, of course, is Superintendent of Education. We talked about a lot of good points on that one. I was able to make some good points about some of the things the Department of Education is doing. And so, but she agreed there are some things that need issues. She is proud of the fact of where we have come for reading issues. I thought for me, one of the big takeaways from that interview yesterday was the fact of what is the difference between a charter school and public schools. And why was charter schools getting more money than our public schools? Basically, it boils down to this. Public schools get money from your local property taxes, okay? Charter schools do not. It is only public schools that get that money. Charter schools are under one umbrella. If you may be familiar with that, Erskine has a lot of charter schools under their umbrella. They make sure that everything is being done. They only get state money. They don't get any of the local tax money. That is one of the things. Another thing that I found very interesting that I want to discuss with somebody on the school board here in Greenwood, 96, and Ware Shoals is the fact that all the testing that we do, somebody had told me, charter schools don't get tested as much as our local school district does. Well, when talking to Ellen Weaver, I brought that up as a point. Ellen Weaver says, oh, that's right, you are listening to WCRS right here in Greenwood, South Carolina, 98.5 FM, 1450 AM. But we were talking about the differences between private schools and, not private schools, excuse me, public schools and charter schools. They do not get, let me just go through this one more time, they do not get any of the local funding. They only get state funding. Okay. But the other thing that we talked about was the amount of testing, because I know that's one of the things that bothers teachers, particularly in public schools. Oh, we've got testing this week. Oh, we've got testing. Well, come to find out, there is a big difference between the amount of testing that is required by the state and that the local school districts require. So there is a potential, I don't know how big, because, every school district likes to know how they're doing, but there is a potential to cut back on some of this testing. So I thought that was an interesting point. So when you think of charter schools and public schools, they're both, I guess we could say, public schools, but charter schools do not get any financing from your property tax on your bill. When you see it, it just goes to public schools, not to the charter schools. They only get state funding. And to the question of testing, what is the difference in the testing? It does have to do with the schools, not so much what is state mandated. Yes, they have state mandates, but not to the extent that maybe we think that they do. So I think that's one thing to check out. All right. So that is a good thing. Was a very informative conversation with Ellen Weaver. I highly recommend that you go back and watch/listen to that one. Of course, you can watch it on Facebook, just like you're watching this one now. WCRS 98.5 / 1450 AM on Facebook. You can also now go back after the fact, watch it on Facebook if you're a Facebooker, but you can also watch it on my website, WCRS1450am.net. That's WCRS1450am.net. So, and you can go to the YouTube site if you'd rather. If you're on YouTube and you just want to slide over there and see what Ann Eller's put up, you can go to Ann, ANNE, Eller, ELLER WCRS. So we're getting out there on all the platforms. I'm going to be overexposed, I know it, but what the heck? Anyways, I'm kind of excited about it. We've talked about this for a long time, and I'm so glad that it is out there. All right, what else do we have here today? I do have a lot more things, but we're going to have to move on and get stuff done here today. All right, what else have we got? We got to see about who else is going to run for governor. We've got to see who now is going to run for Attorney General for the great state of South Carolina. We will be waiting to see when David Stumbo, if he is going to announce, if he is going to do it, we'll be anxiously waiting to see when he's going to come on and make his announcement right here on WCRS Radio. All right, what else do I have here today? I have a lot. I just don't know what it is. I'll just be frank. I thought it was interesting. I do just want to make this point. You know, one of our listeners yesterday is she's a school bus driver, drives school buses part-time. And she has kept me... She has kept me in the loop about how school bus drivers are paid. And I did bring that question up. I think there was a 2% increase to bus drivers. But Ellen Weaver agreed that it is a position that needs to be looked at and more being done. So I just want to read you what our one of our texters said yesterday. She says, for Ellen Weaver, what is going to be done to bring in new bus drivers? Nearly every district is short-staffed. Also, there are districts that are bringing in new drivers more than what the veteran drivers are making. Many bus drivers are working for insurance benefits. If the districts cut them back, just choose the hours that they want. They're on the bus. The state is going to lose more bus drivers. And then she says, I'm not sure that anyone is aware that there are bus drivers making $15,000 to $25,000 a year for the responsibility of driving children, and mail carriers are making $55,000 to $60,000 for delivering junk mail. No one gets a check in the mail anymore. I think that is a good point. I did bring that up. I wish I had seen that yesterday when I was talking to Ellen Weaver, our superintendent of education. But the point, she did say that something needed to be done about this. And the very fact that, as it says, $55,000 to $60,000 a year if you're delivering mail, and who knows exactly, but that was just a point of figure here. But our school bus drivers, they need more money, and I realize in a time where there isn't a lot of money to spend, that's a push. But we do need to pay them. Ellen Weaver did make reference to keeping newer buses on the roads, but she also did say that there is a need to pay the school bus drivers more. So again, check out that interview, Ellen Weaver. If you heard it on the radio, maybe you want to go back and watch it, listen to it. It's a good way to hear it again and make sure you're hearing what you need to hear. All right, let's talk about some other things here. Boy, I tell you what, that leaker, have they found the leaker yet? In the Pentagon. Oh my God, when they ever find the leaker about how much damage was done with the monster buster bombs last Saturday, if they ever find him, he is toast, my friends. He is toast, or she is toast. They are fast looking to find out, because Trump is not happy about this. Nobody is happy in the Pentagon that this information was leaked. I don't know how much damage was done. I do think it is an important question to know, where is that uranium that has been enriched? Had it been removed? Is it been safely taken to another location? Does Iran have it? To me, that is a huge question. I understand next week they're going to get together. The U.S., Iran are going to sit down and have talks. But I sure hope that they don't say, oh, you won't show us where your uranium is? No problem. I hope that they want to know where that uranium is. I think that is important. Or if it got destroyed, or if it's still underground. The common thought is that stuff has yes, they damaged the sites, but did they totally destroy them? I don't think that anybody knows that, and I really think that what the administration is saying is that nobody really can know that. So that will be coming out, but it has not come out yet. But I did think that Trump did an amazing job over there with the NATO group, getting all the NATO countries except for Spain to go from 2% to 5% to contribute was huge. And when you saw him over there, he did seem to be enjoying, and a big point was made that other NATO countries wanted to be part of being with Trump. So good things are happening, and I say thank goodness we have Trump in the office, because just think where this war with Iran could have gone if you didn't have someone like President Donald Trump standing in the doorway to make sure that they didn't produce that bomb. And they would have, I am sure they would have. If they were that close to a bomb, I'm sure they would have annihilated Israel. So we'll have to see how all the rest of this unfolds, but it is stuff that is important to be looking at. I want to talk about a few things now that are happening locally in our area. Tonight is movie night at West Cambridge Park. That's going to be happening at 7:30, I believe. It is a fun night with popcorn. Yes, popcorn and what is the movie? It's a good one. It's not a movie I'm familiar with, unfortunately. I don't know the movie, but let's see if I can find it here real quick. It's a good movie. Good movie for kids and family to get together. I believe it's at 7:30 outside at West Cambridge Park. So make sure you get out and enjoy that tonight. Hopefully we won't have any bears. That's right. So check that out. All right, I don't see the movie here, but we can go over here. I have too many sites. This is my problem. I have too many sites on Facebook where I keep all my information to be able to share with you, but We will see if we can find it here real quick. Surely I can do this morning. Maybe not. Maybe I can't. Let's see. Yes, there we go. Somebody just said maybe I needed a vacation. I actually agree with you, folks. I agree. All right. Let's see. What is the movie? The movie is... Where is it? The movie is... Good thing I don't have to be perfect. Because, Ann, you sure are not perfect. You are not perfect. Inside Out 2. Thank you very much. I was just getting to it. Inside Out 2. That is going to be at West Cambridge Park. So thank you for the assistance here this morning. That's right. West Cambridge Park today, 7:30, movie Inside Out 2. Free popcorn courtesy of Greenwood Police Department. So get out, take some blankets, take some chairs, and have a great time. Other things I wanted to make sure that you know about. You know, for the Festival of Discovery and Blues Cruise, one of the fun things that they do is they have a children's barbecue competition. That started several years ago, and it is really, really cool. So if you have a child, Penny's just licking my leg. She's going, yeah, let's go to the children's barbecue and let me help taste everything. All right. If you have a child that is in the age group, I think it's like 8 to 12 or maybe 13 years of age, they can compete. They get a whole package. It's become a big part of the barbecue festival. So this is going to be fun. That is one activity. Taste testing, that's another thing that you can do. And of course, the Taster's Choice on Saturday morning is a big part of what will be happening at the barbecue on Saturday morning. Me, I am looking forward to start my interviews, and that'll start not next week, but the following week. We'll be going live at 4 o'clock in the afternoon right here on WCRS and be talking to not all, but a good selection of the artists on the radio, because it gives you such an opportunity to learn about the artists. We'll play a little bit of their music, so that is a good thing. So if you would like to tune into those are always really great too. All right. Tomorrow evening up there in Due West, I hope I can get to this. They're doing the groundbreaking ceremony for the Palmetto Innovation and Technology Center. That is Friday, June 27th at 5:30. That is over in Due West. I think that would be terrific. Also, don't forget summer meals. Due to the extreme heat temperatures in our area, our summer meals program at Emerald High School will be held from 8 to 11 for the next 3 weeks. So they've changed the time from, I think they started at 11, but now they're going to start from 8 to 11. So you can go over there and get that now. That would be a good thing to do. Please go ahead and get that. You pick up 7 days of breakfast and lunch with this meal program. I think I had seen they had served from the school board. That was it. 19,000 meals had already been served, so that is pretty huge. Now, the South Carolina Festivals of Stars is this weekend, so you're going to want to be part of that. This is a big, big deal. They're going to have health screenings on Friday, June 27th. The Self-Regional Health Bus will be there Friday from 9 to 1. They'll be offering free screenings for blood pressure, cholesterol, glucose, all this type of thing. Screenings are done by fingerstick and take less than 7 minutes to complete. No appointment is necessary. If you have questions about where you are, this would be great to get over there and find out where you are at. And simply because sometimes you got to start somewhere. If you think something's not quite right, go ahead and get checked. And they say the community health care educator from South Regional Healthcare, if you'd like to give them a call, 864-725-6052. That's 864-725-6052, and that is Stephanie Carter. So this is a great opportunity from 9 to 1 over there at the Festival of Stars. They will be doing that, and that is a good thing. Other things that are going on, they're going to have the group Official Moonshiner is going to be playing, Josh Owens, and they have a booth there. There's all kinds of things going on. Thursday, they're going to have food and craft vendors set up and selling throughout the day. Midwest amusement rides are open 6 to 10, so that is today. They're going to have some performers going up. Friday, Midway amusements again are open from 6 to 10. They have for the bands, the Boggs Brothers Band, 4:30 to 5:30. Kyle Antone, 6 to 8. Lauren Masiti, I guess that is, 8:30 to 10. Saturday, the amusement rides. It says 6 to 11. I don't know. Food and craft vendors. Opening ceremonies at 1 o'clock. Cannon fire demonstration by the 4th South Carolina Continental Artillery will also be going on. They'll be singing the national anthem, Sabrina Miller. And Rock and Roll Cruisers Car Show goes on from 10 to 2 at the Fortner's Motor Company. All kinds of performers, all kinds of good things. Fireworks starting somewhere around, I guess, 9:30-ish, the fireworks start. This is a big deal. I hope you will find that and be part of that over there in 96 for their Festival of Stars. So as we get ready to close out, do want to tell you that at the Fiddle and Bow, they've got great entertainment going this weekend. And this morning at 11 o'clock. If I had time, I would go see this because I just think it sounds like a lot of fun. The Lakeland's Lady Lunch and Bingo. That's right. Today, Thursday, June 26th. Lunch and shopping begins at 11. Bingo at 12. $10 and you get a bingo swag bag and 4 rounds of bingo. They'll be serving Lighthouse Pizza and Subs. That's at 540 Landing Road over there in Cross Hill. So they said, please bring cash. Please bring cash. I like that. So there you go. Hey, I tell you what, that's some of the things that I know that's going on. You know, there's so much going on, it's hard to keep up. We do want to thank Granger Smith for making sure that on WCRS we're putting out to everybody all the music that is in our area. So that is a good thing. And I did see where they need blankets over there at the Humane Society. Blankets, sheets, any of those things are helpful. Towels, all those things are very helpful. They're running very low on that. And we're going to have to get Penny hooked up with the Humane Society so she'll have a cause celeb that she can help promote. That is going to do it for me today. No show this afternoon. I have an event I'm going to be going to and reporting back to you on tomorrow morning. It's under wraps until I unwrap it tomorrow morning. So stay tuned right here on WCRS. You know, I appreciate each and every one of you that tune in, listen right here on WCRS. You are what makes me get up every day and get ready and come on the radio because I know that y'all depend on this little bit of information that I put out there every day. It really has been really great to be able to add WCRS's website to a place where you can hear the palaver of Ann Eller. That's right, and all our guests that we have. So you will now be able to go back and just like you did with the podcast, you can now go back and watch the videos directly from our website at WCRS1450am.net. The latest one will be listed on the top, and then there's a little line and it says view previous. You click on that and it shows you all the videos that we now have listed on our YouTube channel. So, and the YouTube channel, if you want to go directly to it, you certainly can. Anne, A-N-N-E, Eller, E-L-L-E-R, dash WCRS Radio. So, with that, enjoy. And please like and share. We have had an unbelievable month on our Facebook posts. We've had over 28, let me go back and check. What is it this morning? We've had over 28,000 views. 28,000 views on our Facebook page. That is tremendous. Lots of engagement and growing every day, and it's because of you that this is happening. So please keep liking and sharing what we're doing. If you have an idea for a story, please let me know. 864-229-7984. You can call. You can always leave a message. You can always text at 864-229-7984. Love to hear from you. Love to know that you're enjoying what we're doing. And stay tuned. More changes, more good things are coming. Just as soon as I can keep up here at WCRS Radio. Keep the news flowing, keep things coming my way, and we will be sure to make sure that you are in the know. That's going to do it for me, from Penny and Ann. We want a penny for your thoughts right here on WCRS Radio. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great day. Take it away. That's a wrap right here on WCRS.
Keep on sharing.
The phones are open.
Keep on laughing.
Give us a call.
You gotta keep on caring. As long as you've got a voice, don't ever stop. As long as you've got truth, don't ever stop.
You're on the air.
As long as you've got love.
What's on your mind?